This episode of Speakers of Eidolon is made possible by our generous patrons like Scry de la Rosa, Omega Cat Comets, Ray Cypher, Hans Grenade, Anna Ginterrace, Lilium Tenebrae, Faris Gentoru, Cletus, Oreo, Luke Leonatrell, Sapa Chaquatol, Courtney, Mayli Algren, Ariana Barrakiel, Elam, Casey Schaefer, Lily Black, Chaitan, Chasha Saltiri, Ariel, Erisu Yamakawa, Siriful Alirafu, Daimos, Jamie Assure, Fafa Mai Kokomai, Asuta Starbreeze, Umbral Wind, Quick Levin, and Game Lore Geek. Support the show and become a patron today at patreon.com/SpeakersXIV. Thank you.
This is Speakers of Eidolon.
Good evening, Aorisians. Welcome to Speakers of Eidolon, episode 131. I'm Lakeel Bravestone, and I'm joined today by Rollo Des.
Oh, hey.
And by Lavanadar. What?
Haha, he's a Sammy.
I'm not a... Welcome to episode
Rollo,
131.
good morning.
Rollo, good morning. Welcome back
Hey.
to
Take a
episode
nap.
131. We got Rollo back. I also had to run, and so it's been a good start. We're only 36 minutes late. Today's main story, of course, Hydatos and Rival Wings, but also the French scandal, which might have revealed something Yoshi P wanted to keep hidden a little bit longer. And we're going to talk about the terms of service. What exactly have they changed, and why are some people blowing this out of proportion? Stay tuned for the post-show, because we'll premiere Chronicles of a Realm, Treasures of the Main Part 2, and Remnants of a Realm goes public tomorrow, so that's nice. That's the Ishgard one.
Still going.
Roar is still going, my dude. And Fallen Rise, which is also still going, should be out in 2 weeks' time. That is episode 9, looking at the Through the Maelstrom patch, right? Isn't that what it is? Yeah, that's when they introduce basements to houses and stuff.
Wow.
Now, quick news, and boys, I have...
Hey, we got the thing!
Whew.
Welcome to Quick...
We have our quick news jingle!
Yeah.
Welcome to Quick News. I need like a visual thing as well. But this is very good for
Patreon.
Wait, let me do it again. And now, wait, actually, we actually have the luxury of choosing different ones. We have several variations. That's the version 1. Let's use it's a bit dramatic, so let's do this. Here is Quick News. Fanfest Japan times have been released. They are not good for Europeans.
They are anti-consumer.
They are... Fuck you, Mela. You gotta suffer.
It starts...
I'm gonna sleep.
Mila's gonna sleep. I think it's gonna be you and me, Rollo. It's gonna be you and me.
Another two-man fan fest.
Yeah. We'll do. We'll get to that. The times literally start at like 1:30 a.m. GMT, which is 2:30 a.m. my time. But these I'll read the following times in Pacific time, because I know a majority of you are at least near the Americas, so it makes more sense for me to use those times. The keynote address on day 1, Friday, March 22nd, at 6:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. PDT is when Naoki Yoshida has his keynote address. We'll see the final trailer.
Oof.
We'll...
Oh God, I hope we see Mel Viera.
Milo, please.
Why do you have to do this?
From 8 p.m. To 8:30 p.m. That's the opening ceremony, which is probably when we're just going to talk over. Which is probably we usually talk over that part. And then after that, there's Naoki's Welcome to Naoki's Room, which I always think is a that's a nice title. At 9 p.m. to 11:15 p.m. Pull up a chair and settle into Naoki's Room, a segment where Yoshi P invites a special guest over to casually discuss topics that don't quite fit anywhere else. So
It's
he's going to
gonna be
talk about like,
Wolfhead.
so how's your sex life? He's going to do it like a Tommy Wiseau. The special guest will be announced in the future, so stay tuned.
You think they're gonna pull out like?
They're going to pull out a lot, Rollo, in this segment,
Yeah.
so you better watch out.
He's gonna pull out his phone and show the camera.
I mean, you think they're gonna pull out Yoko Tower as a guest or something?
No way. That would be
Oh.
too cool.
I
That would
mean,
be too cool.
That
brother.
would have been too cool, but it could happen. He's in Japan
They're gonna
now,
get out
so...
like
He is
one of these like the dredges of the development team, like Chocobo racing guy. So why are you still working for us, Chocobo? I don't know. It's a wage.
Yeah.
an
From-
hour-long interview.
Yeah, the cosplay contest starts at 1:30 a.m. PT to 3 a.m. and that's the cosplay contest. And then it all wraps up with a piano concert at 4 a.m. PT to 5 a.m. PT.
Wow. Do you think
And that-
Susan, whatever her name is, will be there?
Surely, yeah. She's been on the other ones, right? Has she? Yes, she has. She
I
did the
think so,
piano
yeah.
concert. Yeah. So she's most likely
She's
there
got,
as well.
it's her whole career at the moment, I think.
Well, she does other stuff, but yeah, surely 14 must be like the. I don't know actually. I don't know. I'm not
I
going
don't
to
know about
speculate. I know for us, she's definitely
Yeah.
a big star. She is our Susan. What?
I just saw the number for the live letter. They finally hit it.
They did it. It's day 2 starts with letter from the producer, live part L.
Ah.
That is 50.
Yeah.
Um,
That makes me happy.
they keep doing it. Starts at Saturday, March 23rd, 2019 at 6 p.m. PT to 7:30 p.m. PT, which is where he'll discuss the latest information in the 50th installment of the letter from the producer live. I wonder what that's going to be. It's most likely going to be about the world visit system, maybe. Oh wait, it's going to be about the story.
An
Wait, how is
hour
it?
and a half about the world visit system.
It's gonna be weird. Because what exactly is he gonna talk about? Is this where he starts talking about Shadowbringers, or
I imagine, yeah.
because at some point the live letters are gonna be about Shadowbringers? But I'm assuming he's gonna have a segment where he talks about the world's transfers.
Well, the
Oh,
keynotes,
sorry,
the keynotes are very broad, and they're like, here are the new features. This might be more in depth about some certain ones, like the battle changes or something, not too spoilery.
Yeah. True.
Maybe he'll talk about some dungeons or something.
Yeah.
I guess.
The only thing that's left that live letter is the three upcoming patches, which aren't I say 3 patches, but they're like very small. There's the MSQ one, which is the biggest one with Hildebrand, and I don't think you can really cover that in the live letter. How do you cover that? You'll spoil it.
Yeah. What is there to say
Yeah.
except that there's more?
Yeah.
Please do it.
So I'm assuming the TPMP merger is one of the biggest ones that he's going to talk about. Apparently,
an
because that's
hour?
the world visit system. A lot of people are worried and anxious about that. So
Why?
I don't know why you're worried
But
anymore.
the
yeah,
visit system's fine.
it's just people want to know when it's happening. I think because people are
Yeah. I guess there's still a good date.
we still don't know when it's happening. That's I think the next one is going to be all Shadowbringers, because that will obviously be after. That should be like way after the patches that we're waiting for now. That should be like in the it should be like between 5.7 and 5.8. I think will be the next one, and that's probably when we'll start looking at more specific stuff for Shadowbringers. That's live letter part 50. That's 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. PT. That's 1 a. Wait, I don't know the GMT times. I'm sorry.
I think it's 1 to 2:30.
Right. The dev panel.
Thanks, Rollo.
Thank you for the input.
Yeah, that's right.
The dev panel from Saturday, March 23rd at 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. That's a 1 hour panel Join members of the development team as they take you behind the scenes and showcase the work that goes into creating 14. So
Pretty
a bit vague. I don't know what that means, but I love behind the scenes stuff anyways. But we'll see what that is. And then there's Welcome to Naoki's Room Part 2, which starts at 9:30 p.m. PT to 11 p.m. PT. Head back into Naoki's room as that does not sound right. As he invites another special guest to talk about a variety of topics. The special guest will be announced in the future, so stay tuned. We still don't know who that is. So I'm assuming. Okay, so there's only one special guest in each of these. So it's gonna be like yeah.
Has he done this before? Can anyone remember?
I think
what
he did.
Last time
He did something similar. I think right last year.
It's not gonna. That wasn't Woolhead. Woolhead was a live letter, wasn't he?
He was at the. Oh, when was he drinking wine? Oh no, that was a live letter. I think, wasn't it?
There are 2 producers though for this Your Hard Dark Apocalypse.
He's not going to have 2 with them. He's not going to.
Well, I'm saying one of them could be there.
One of them could. Yes.
I think they both have to come as a pair though, because they bounce.
They belong together.
Yeah, I get.
I mean, they could still be 2 guests here. They just haven't said anything. And then they have, of course, the Alienware presents, because we're esports now, boys. The Feast Regional Championship 2018 Japan Finals.
Can I just say how annoyed I am about once again about all the unique mounts they get?
You want the gold gimp?
I want the gold gimp man.
Yeah. It looks nice, I guess. It's a road, what are they called? They're from
it's a unique model, isn't it, for mounts? No, you can't get like a non-gold version for normal gameplay, can you?
No. But like the model, what monster is it? It's a roadster, whatever.
Yeah, I think it is called a roadster.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And then the Primal's live concert ends. I love just back to this again. The live. I just want to finish this. The live concert ends at March 24th, 2:30 a.m. to 4 a.m. PT. Will not be broadcast. None of the concerts will. As for coverage, I think it would make sense. Now, we haven't actually planned this yet because this came out like a couple of days ago. But I think it would make sense to cover a lot of this is coverable. Like Naoki's, Naoki's room sounds interesting. Depends on who the guest is. But
if you can stay up, that's up to you. I'll be there for all of them, but
that is what, like
sure,
3 or 4 a.m. for you?
It'll be fine. I'll survive. The second day as well. Same thing, I think. Ish. So it'll be fine. We'll cover as much as possible. More on that when
it ends at 11 p.m. to kill.
That's like 6 a.m.
Yeah,
you'll be fine. I'll be broken afterwards.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
And Rollo wasn't fine.
But I'll just buy loads of battery fresh.
That's worse.
Yeah. So I'll be like shaking at the end, but I'll be there.
Please pray for him.
Okay. Let's talk about patch 4.55 that came out. We're gonna go through some of the patch notes, excluding Hydatos and Rival Wings, because we'll talk about those in a separate part.
Wow.
So, rap god level speaking there. I didn't hear anything you said.
We are not going to talk about Rival Wings and Hydatos, because that's in a different segment further down. Right? Everyone with me? Okay, here we go. The furnishing design contest, they added more some stuff from that. Well, some stuff. They added the treehouse.
It's cute.
Which is very cute. It's a very simple one.
No girls or boys allowed. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very cheap on the market board.
Very cheap, yeah. We have one in the garden now.
Have we?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It's cute, and I didn't know it was from the furnishing design contest, but congratulations to whoever designed it. I don't know if it's the Japanese.
Happy congratulations.
Wait, they're not regional. They're just worldwide, the contest. They could be from anywhere. They also added a Paisa clock.
Yes.
He's holding nuts?
Yep.
Those
both.
nuts.
He's holding both nuts.
Absolutely. One is longer than the other. One is bigger than the other. That's normal.
As nuts tend to do.
Yeah. They also added, is that a vase? A vase with a flower in it? Is that also new?
It could be one of them. Yeah, it could be like a new pre-made vase.
Yeah, the only thing I have a thing about the Paisa clock, by the way. I think it's cute that it's interactable. You can right click it and it'll ring like endlessly. I'm a little sad that it doesn't ring like on the hour.
Yeah, I think that would have been.
That would have been cute, or like at 12, like at midnight and noon. I don't know. I don't know. It's cute
I'm a
though.
bit upset that the 6 is upside down.
Oh my god.
Like, why would you do that in a design?
Why?
Oh
have they-
yeah, what the fuck?
That looks like a mistake.
You get to 3 and
Well,
then you
just turn your
invert
head.
it.
That
Yeah, I
looks
don't
like
like
a mistake, my dudes. That's a bad design. Oh well.
Shouldn't they always just be left to right if you're using numerals
Yeah.
like this?
Yeah. Maybe that's just a
Not like-
design decision they went for, but it's a weird one. Yeah, well.
We're clock designers here. So.
What are they called? They're called something fancy. A watchmaker, I
What?
guess. Wait, what is a clock man? They have like a very prestigious title, Rollo. You don't
A
just say.
chronologist
Oh,
or something.
sounds like something like that. No chronometer.
That's just a clock.
That's just a clock.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the dude that like repairs them and builds them.
That's what we are.
EU.
have a
Oh, we got
little
we've got. Hold on. We're getting breaking news here in Quick News. EU just killed Proto Ozma. Congratulations!
Right.
Everyone is very happy. Happy. There we go.
Happy.
It's a bit slow, crowd. A bit slow.
They're on delay.
Yeah, they're on delay.
don't feed them.
They stopped very quickly. Do we know what the name of someone who makes the clock is named called?
I believe it might be
This
a
is very relevant.
horologist.
What? A horologist?
Horologist.
Okay. Very cool. Okay, moving on. The following
I looked it up too, just to make sure.
the following additions and adjustments have been made to Triple Triad. They've added new cards, as they do, and new NPC opponents. So if you're into this, if you're still into Triple Triad, you can enjoy some more
I
cards.
think everyone likes a bit of Triple Triad.
It's okay. It's
It's
just
like a quick little thing to do every now and then.
Yeah.
You don't have to follow it.
Have you tried Mahjong yet, Mala?
No,
Well,
Why not? Come on.
because I keep thinking I'll unlock it, and then I think, I've not got much time. I'll just do
Just
my
do one
weekly
with the-
raid, and then
yeah.
that's 2 hours later, and then I'm out.
Yeah. They added Astragolos in the Wondrous Tales. Funny thing about Astragolos, it's locked
You mean
now.
Yeah.
I'm reading it correctly now.
Hello.
I'm
Yeah, I
making
know,
a
it's
point out of
horrible.
reading it. Yeah, you can't play that now.
Really?
So no, it's unavailable. I
Sucks.
Play
think
the new one.
it's because they're trying to force you to play the new one. I guess is that why?
Mm.
But I liked it.
Yeah, me too.
It'll be back
It's fine.
eventually.
It'll be back. But for
Ah,
now,
but
you
what-
can only play the new one. They made some adjustments to Pyros. Players whose elemental level is 51 or higher will be automatically synced to level 50. Surprise. The elemental EXP buff will be applied, so there's an EXP buff now for Pyros. And you can
They're
now
not good enough.
you can now get a Penthesilia. How do you pronounce that thing's name? Penthesilia's Flame for 50 Pyros crystals. And you can now buy replicas of fully augmented Eureka Pyros weapons from Stale Hunter in Kugane. And now the logogram Wisdom of the Remembered is now called Spirit of the Remembered.
Oh, about time.
Yeah, and that's the one that automatically reses you if you die. Although there's a 70% chance that it'll trigger.
Oh, it's a chance.
Yeah, of
That's
course
good.
it's Eureka. I'm not going to talk about that, but okay. So remember when we talked about the leaks, and we'll talk about more about the leaks later. But remember we said if the Vermilion Cloak is in the game, it sort of kind of could confirm what that dude was saying. Well, it's in the game.
It looks really nice.
It's a typical. It's like 11 gear kind of looks nice when upscaled in 14. It looks better. because they have this very unique look to them, which I really like.
Good art style, yeah.
Yeah. They
They're
also
clothy.
they also added Shantodo's fucking wand, or sorry, cane, or scepter, which thank you KitKat sent
That's
me.
what?
It's a massive. It's the funny thing about that thing though is that it looks like they just took the 11 model. It's got the textures from 11. It looks really bad, but it is Shantodo's. Maybe we have to be very true to the design.
Is it a black mage staff?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it's very.
Because
It's
a scepter
massive.
is-
It's not a
Okay.
scepter. Sorry, it's a big ass. What's it called? Staff. That's the word I'm looking for.
Is it for white mages or black,
Black.
mages?
Black
Just black
mages.
mage.
Yeah, she's a
Makes
black
sense.
mage. So
Finally, we're getting some
it doesn't
pixelated
have
stuffs.
it doesn't have any stats though. It's a pure glamour piece, level 1.
Wow.
Dark Knights. You
Glamour
get the
stuff
ugly
look nice.
fucking knife.
I mean, if you're going for that 11 glamour, I mean, you have the optical.
yeah.
You have like all of the 11 stuff. You can now do like a full 11 glamour, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Um,
Get kicked out of every group you join.
they added new mounts. One of them being the swallowtail from Pyros.
It's cute.
Yeah, it's
Look
very
at
cute.
his eyes.
Yeah,
It is identical to
It's like
the
flatfish.
manta ray, isn't it? Pretty much.
Yeah,
from
kind of. It's a
Beast
it's a
Tribe, but-
prettier one though.
It's a pretty one, yeah. It's very nice.
Yeah. They also added the Ozma mount, which everyone wants.
My God, please!
I love the orb.
Love the orb.
I just want an Ozma.
Yeah, we'll talk about that a little later. The new minion.
I hate Pagos.
They added a new minion. It's the little cute Corpicor snow thing from Pyros. Sorry, Pagos. That's from
Yeah,
Pagos.
nice.
They're cute.
Yeah, level 20. I
mhm.
suspected Pagos enemy.
Yes,
Love them.
yes. It triggers the Queen Fate.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Love Pagos.
Yeah.
God, great.
Right, so let's talk about what happened with the servers this week. Because boy, oh boy, I don't know if you guys have. I haven't played 14
I
enough
was
to
just trying
experience
to do
it.
the Valentine's event. Couldn't even do that.
Yeah,
I did manage to eventually, but yeah, it's awful.
They
Ugh.
shat the bed this week. Apparently, I believe it seems like Eureka was a little more popular than they had expected, most likely. Because that's the only reason I think this could have. Like,
Yeah.
that's the only thing that was added. That and Rival Wings, and I don't think the pressure was that high over there. The Duty Finders sort of. They didn't crash, but they became extremely congested. So to the point where you would be placed in a queue trying to get into Eureka. Can you imagine?
Jesus.
Yeah. But I don't remember it being this bad at, like, for Siren Song Cove and stuff. Surely an expansion launch is a little bit heavier on the servers than this rubbish.
I'm assuming it's because Eureka's instances are bigger, maybe.
Yeah,
'Cause
it's
it's-
maybe true. Yeah,
yeah,
they are.
That's
They
what
must
I
have
would
a.
guess.
They must have like a separate section for them. I don't know.
yeah. I don't know. It's apparently it was bad.
Like a record player in the corner.
Yeah.
They're just converted.
They released an official statement shortly after the issues began on February 14th. Currently, the Duty Finder servers for the North American and European data centers are experiencing high server loads. We have confirmed that technical difficulties are causing the servers to take longer than usual to match players in the Duty Finder queue. The issue is being investigated and addressed, and new updates will follow as additional information becomes available. So that was the first one, issued at 2:56 a.m. I believe that might be PT. I can't remember. On February 15th, actually it actually says 15th on the date, but the headline says 14th. This is an update regarding the current status of the technical difficulties that are causing player matching times being longer than usual on the NA and EU data centers. Currently, in addition to investigating the issue, the content servers are being reinforced as a provisional measure, and the speed at which matching takes place has improved somewhat. We are continuing to investigate and address the issue so that recovery can be made. But what people are saying is that chaos in general really started to slog during this, which chaos has been a bad server, a bad data center for a while. And
all of last year was pretty rough on her.
Yeah.
Honestly,
they think maybe there are multiple rumors out there, but a lot of, remember when the servers went down for real, when they were like physically damaged, everything was shut down for a day almost. There's some speculation that Chaos might still be running off the backup servers, and that's why everything is so shit. Because sometimes Chaos is so bad that it takes like 20 seconds from you like right clicking an object to get the menu up. Like sometimes I've tried to open an interact with an Aetheryte, and it takes forever for it to like get the menu up.
I think 14 makes me think my internet's really bad.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah.
I think this also might be why we're being split. That they're like fixing the data centers, but they're also like splitting them in two, so they have more control over the chaos. I don't know why. Is European servers of so bad quality? They're like, we can't have, because we don't have a lot of servers on our data center. No. It almost doesn't make sense to split us up.
Well, you didn't have a lot of servers for a long time.
Well, they were in Canada for a while as well.
Yeah, and originally we only had one server, which was Ragnarok. So it's I don't know. Chaos has been,
it's a bit of a joke.
Yeah, it's a bit of a joke.
The redheaded stepchild, that's for sure.
But yeah,
the Mog station sales aren't up. They can't fix it yet.
Yeah. Of course, everyone got to feel like Chaos though this week, which is nice. This is our life every day. So I hope you enjoyed that, North America. As a result of all this, they actually extended Valentione's Day. It was supposed to end today or yesterday, but 15th, February 15th. Yeah. However, due to the matching issue we experienced recently in the NAEU data center duty finders, some players may not have been able to participate in the last day of the seasonal event. Therefore, we are extending the Valentione's Day seasonal event until February 19th. That's quite a long extension.
Could get a couple more mammets, maybe.
I need to do that. I don't have a single mammet. I've only done it once. Yeah.
They're 3 each, so...
Yeah, I know. Okay. So that's that. I haven't.
Is that all the quick news?
That's all the quick news. Let's play Let's play this again, so we know that it's the end.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
You need to like turn around, like look at the camera when it happens. This transition with like a globe spinning around.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jonathan. I'm here today. Chaos is still destroyed.
I'm standing zoom out and all the lights dim.
I'm standing in the ruins of what once was the Chaos data center. That would be nice. We should do that. Okay, let's talk about Hydatos.
An eyewitness report.
Dude, quick news is never quick, by the way. Let's just be real. It should be called something else. Just news that are not main story. Top headlines. Here are the headlines. Here's this week's headlines. Okay, Hydatos and Rival Wings happened. It's here.
Hooray.
It turns out I haven't really done a lot of Hydatos. I think I'm the only one who's stepped foot in Hydatos. But I got in the instance on when it came out, and then I realized I'm still not quite done in Pyro. So I spent like the whole day in Pyros. Weird. Dude, I also went to check if the other instances if there were people there at all. Dude, they were all full. And I think it's because everyone wanted to get to the arsenal. I think everyone's like, now everyone wants to go there. You still have to go through the biggest gatekeeper of them all, though, Pegos. So,
still on it. I did it this week.
Wow.
To be fair, it's been like that in every single Eureka update. Like, every time a new part comes out, you will just, like, you can go to any zone and there'll be more people in there than usual, at least.
Yeah.
But when the reward is an Osmo mount... People want that.
Yeah.
I was in Pagos. I was doing the light grind just for you guys.
Wow. I was in Pagos as well, but just leveling.
What level are you now, Mala? Oh, what level are you, Mala?
I think 29 or 30.
Okay, you're getting there.
I don't want to do it.
No one wants to do it.
I don't either.
No one wants to do Pagos. But I think we can, from what I've seen, so I did a little bit today. today I was like, okay, I have to go in there and actually, I mean, we're doing a show and this just came out. One of us has to have something. I went in there and we'll probably have more on this next week, but first impressions.
I'm 46 right now, so
okay,
wow. I'm almost
close.
there.
You're close. I like the design of the area. It has like some extreme weather changes. That is also, I don't know how this works, so I'm a bit of a noob in Hydatos, I'm sorry. But there's sometimes it says like, oh, the ether has dissipated or whatever, and the sky turned like orange. And I think special fates pop then? I'm not sure. But it's cool, it looks nice. The water goes back up. We know, everyone knows this, the water goes backwards.
That's still really cool. I love that.
Yeah.
It's such like a simple thing,
yeah.
but it's like, water flowing backwards is weird and cool.
Yeah. Ovni, I fought him. That's the first fate I did in Hydatos. It spawned and I did it. And I got nothing because I was so low level. I got like 7 million.
Fish thing?
Like yes, it's that like
jellyfish or something.
It looks like it looks like a manta ray. It's just a massive.
Oh, is it the manta ray one?
Floating manta ray thing.
I've seen that in a video.
Yeah,
I've watched people play it.
I feel like I'm gonna have a better time there. But one thing I want to say, the first time I entered Hydatos, it fucking snowed. And I thought, no. If there's a snow zone in here, I'm out. There is no snow zone. But it can snow. But yeah, I don't know if they just added that as a fucking joke. Like, you never really escaped. But yeah, it's nice. And I think we can say that Hydatos already seems like it is a bit of a success compared to the previous iterations. Based on feedback from others so far. It seems like leveling is fairly easy. There's like a place with sprites or elementals. Do we call it like Elemental Island or something island?
For like the challenge log?
You can just use Reflect. And they will just die like flies, and you'll just get a load of EXP.
And you just spam between them?
Yeah, Sprite Island is what they call it, yeah.
Okay.
So there's...
That's gonna get nerfed. Brilliant.
Oh, I shouldn't have said it, maybe. I'm sure they expected that.
Because the balance team's watching this.
Yeah. Hello.
Does it seem like people actually know what spawns fates now, like 100%? Because it seemed really unsure in Pyros and Pagos still.
It's I didn't really. There wasn't a lot of coordination in Shout Chat when I came in, but that's normal for the first week at least. So they're just figuring it out still.
Yeah, I feel like in terms of community effort, Animus is still the top.
We'll see. I mean, Hydatos already has the Baldessian Arsenal, which is the next part here.
Yes.
Which there are some pros and cons to this system. So it's a big hit by the people for the people that play it. Congratulations, North America, by the way. You're the first one to beat it.
Yes, well done.
But let's just be very clear here. Europe didn't have a chance because they couldn't even get on. So I'm just saying that. The dungeon contains Absolute Virtue and Proto-Ozma.
Yes.
Which...
I mean, they're the only two fights I've seen.
Yeah.
But I've got to say, and I don't want to sound like elitist or big-headed or anything, but if you're semi-competent, Proto-Ozma looks fairly easy.
Yeah, the mechanics.
But it looks very fun. Very fun.
Yeah, the mechanics aren't as difficult apparently, but it's very punishing if you die. Obviously.
Very punishing.
It also.
And if you get sucked out.
If you get sucked up, you get thrown out into the fucking starting camp.
That is the best.
I like that. That's really funny and really mean.
Yeah.
But it's not punishing. Just like, get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if you were running to one of the like pedestal things that save you and you died or something, and then you got sucked out? You had no chance.
So that's cool.
You could rescue people out of them.
Yeah.
Don't do that, please.
Don't. That is like.
Do that, guys.
That is like.
Don't do that.
Top tier evil.
That might get you banned.
It might be actually a breach of the new terms of service.
Probably would be.
Yeah. Let's talk. Well, there's also the people that jump into when the Baldesion Arsenal opens. You can everyone can jump in, and there are people that are now trying to jump in and like get carried, and also then fucking up for the others. So that
you need like a pre-made really.
Well, you can't enter with a full because remember this is 50. How many are there in a dungeon?
56.
56.
Yeah.
Or 52. It's one of those.
You would need to fill all the slots there, and how you can't do that. So
it's impossible.
It is impossible.
It is impossible.
So people are gonna jump into your instance if they are proper assholes. Don't do that. Don't do that. What did you say?
How big is the zone, and what is the rest of the content like? Because
it's pretty
not
small.
seen any of it.
I think it's it's like a square. It's very. The map is very simple. It is
when they came out with it.
It is big, but it is like I like this design because it's like it's just a square. It's a box. It's not as fucked up as the Pagos map is. It's very straightforward, very smooth, very like clean. It is smaller though. It is smaller than the other maps.
Are you supposed to tackle it all as a group? Because I also imagined it as several groups going.
Are you talking about? Wait, are you talking about the arsenal?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about outside of Hydatos. No, I don't know about the inside.
No.
I don't know the size of that.
Oh, okay. Because it came across as being this huge sprawling dungeon that multiple groups tackled, but it seems like it's 2 fights really. I don't know what. I think it's like.
Maybe it just are 2 fights that are worth like looking at. I don't know. I actually don't know. I know. I also got that impression. I thought there was going to be more in there. But the whole journey to the arsenal is a thing as well. You have to kill certain NMs and stuff to get in there, I believe. So
I like that.
Yeah. So there's
the stakes are very high with that dungeon.
Yeah.
That's the challenge. It's not necessarily the mechanics, which look quite hard, and they're very punishing, but you can figure them out.
Yeah. Is there any like level limit to getting in there? Or you
60.
60. Okay.
Level 60, and you have to have completed the story. There's also additional story if you beat the arsenal, apparently. It is not important to understand the Eureka story, so you don't actually have to do it. It's like a secret movie. It's like a secret ending thing. Right. So I think a lot of people are happy about it. It's been a big event on Twitch. A lot of people have been watching people clear the Baldesion Arsenal. Like even on our Discord, people have been talking a lot about this, being very hyped about this content, which is nice. It's like Eureka.
None of it.
No. Eureka. It's like Eureka finally did something right. Although it's a little sad that it happened at the very end.
When the least number of people can get to it.
Yeah.
A lot of the hype, of course, is tied to the rewards of this place, which including some 11 gear, which look really nice. We just talked about. Also, a Ozma mount.
Looks very pretty.
Looks very pretty. It's a not an RNG reward. You'd get it for clearing the arsenal. You're getting clearing Proto Ozma, to be more precise, I believe. So
that's the second boss fight, right? I think
that's the last, isn't it?
It's the last.
The last one should be.
Is Absolute Virtue the last?
I think it is, because is it not?
I don't know. I don't know. I actually don't know I've been watching it. Ozma is last.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I thought too. It doesn't make sense if like you finish the Baldesion Arsenal and then you get the Ozma mount. If Absolute Virtue you can get, I believe, as a minion. Am I correct, chat?
Because Absolute Virtue is supposed to be in 11. He was designed not to be beatable, pretty much.
Yeah, I figured he would be the last one because he was really hyped up, and then
it
was. And that's interesting.
Although they did say they wanted to do a hard version of Ozma as well, so that's cool. They did.
Yeah.
It's the best fight.
We were all hoping for an Ozma extreme, and that's kind of what we got now. I just want to say that the warning that you get is insanely hilarious. You get like this over dramatic warning that this is going to be so punishing, awful. Please know that what you're doing. I think that's just to let you know that this is because Eureka is more like an AFK place where you're like halfway there. You're half paying attention. Like this is like a dungeon that requires your attention. I think that's what it's just. It's not because this is like raid tier, like savage mode.
It's close to.
It's close, but I don't think it's quite that.
No. I've heard in terms of difficulty, it's not much harder than a 24-man.
I would say that's fair.
Yeah, but I think
it's just about coordination.
Yeah, and also you have this in 24-mans. You can die as much as you'd like, and you can get rest and all that. Here you have this like dark shadow of like, if I die, I might have actually fucked up and I'll de-level.
Well, see, they tell you can't res the. Well,
you can like, res with actions are disabled.
With Logos action, that was the thing that got me. I was like, oh wow, you have 0 chance.
Also, the best way to do this is by using elemental stats on your gear. So Eureka gear is now very useful. So stack up. Like,
I have to get it.
Yeah, you need to stock up on that and use that. Yeah, I like that. Oh, and also you can have like builds kind of, because you'll be like, who's got res? You know, bring. I don't know what the builds are for this yet, but. Okay, let's talk about the relics, because that is a mixed bag. I will say before we start shitting on them that they do have unique names. They are not just called Hydatos Weapon 1. You know, they don't have like generic names. They have actual like lore bound names. There's also I didn't put this in the show notes, but we should. I'm not going to talk about the lore, but I'm going to talk about the fact that there is lore. there is more lore in this iteration of Eureka. I'm only level 51, and I've done like 2 quests, and I already feel like I've got more lore in Hydatos than I got in Pyros and Pagos. And the lore also starts to. If you talk to other NPCs, the lore is starting to tie itself to the weapons, and it's not. I mean, I don't think it would be. We talked about this before, that if you talk to a certain NPC in Pyros or Pagos, it might have been Pagos actually. They bring up Crystal Tower. I'm just gonna say that. That's not a spoiler or anything, but you should know this if you've touched Eureka. Right. Odin is also mentioned. Yeah, Odin is mentioned. Odin is part of this. So
that's interesting.
Yeah,
interesting.
Now I have to pay attention because I wasn't before. That's for sure.
Yeah. Where were we? Oh yeah, the relics. So there's something's happened with the relics here. Initially, I was very positive because I only looked at my weapon and I said, "Oh God, I didn't get shafted this time. It looks like something that would be nice to use." But then you start looking at the others. Mala, for instance, pointed out the red mage thing. I thought, oh, the red mage looks fine. Then I looked at the actual weapon. Like the actual like blade of the red mage thing. What is it? It looks like an untextured... it just looks like a big fat needle.
The red mage one is really bad. It looks like Merglis again.
Yeah.
It's just Merglis again.
Yeah.
The Black Mage one's okay. I don't hate them hugely, but I think they, like we were talking about, I think they look more like a step rather than a final.
I don't know. I'm happy with mine. What can I say? I thought at first, because there was one picture that was circulated on Reddit, where I guess that's where we both based our judgments on. But I saw someone link that weapon in game. At first, when I saw it on the Reddit, I thought, "Oh my God, they actually just abandoned like the particle effect." They didn't. It's still there. It's just less. It's not as massive as it is in the Pyros finished weapon. And I kind of personally like the less glowy versions than the like very. I've talked about this before, but I absolutely hated the one of the middle steps for the Around Reborn relics, where it just became like a big fucking glowing steak, like not like a steak you can eat, but like a what?
Novus, was it?
I think it was Novus. I hated it. I glamored it. Oh, I like put something else over it. I didn't want to put it out. But this one is like subtle enough. It looks built in enough. I also don't like it when there's not enough glow, which is why I hated the Nirvana for the Zodiac, because it just had like a little like poof up at the at the top. It's just personal preference, I think. Some people like these and others don't.
Yeah.
I don't think they're ugly. I don't think all of them are ugly anyways.
To be honest, if you ask me, these are like... They just look like relic weapons to me. Like, I've never really been invested in them before.
How dare you?
Wow.
They just look kind of ugly. They've always looked kind of ugly to me, to be honest.
All of them?
Say for like a select few. Like the Heavensward Paladin one, the fiery blue and red. I thought that was really cool.
That was nice.
But most of them are like, I think they're kind of obnoxious looking.
Yeah.
And these are just kind of, I mean, they all have the same type of glow, which I guess some people might not like.
That is
either
the problem.
way,
Yeah,
I
don't like that. Yeah.
I think they look. Nah.
I will also echo what Mala said about the fact that it feels like a step rather than a completed relic. I agree with that. It kind of feels like just a step. But you know, that's what it is. Is it best in slot though? Do you still have to roll? I don't know anything about the...
I don't know if it has RNG stats or anything.
Yeah. It might be best. I would assume it's best. You have to roll? Oh,
wow.
Boy. But that means they could potentially be best in slot. So there's that.
Yeah, true.
Right. What do you think this means for the future of Eureka, though? Because now we've seen... I think Hydatos is the best way to do Eureka. It's got... I think all future versions of Eureka need an open public dungeon now. They might have shot themselves in the foot now because that is like the best way to do Eureka now, because you have like two ways of playing it. You either do the relic grind in the overworld, or you do the mount farm. I don't know, in the arsenal.
Well, I mean, it's something else to do, which I think Eureka desperately needed.
Yeah,
like just doing something else that wasn't just chaining or fate trains. So going forward, I hope this is more integrated, unless... I think this is why it's optional here, because I just kind of want to maybe feel it out.
Yeah.
How people like it, but I guess if they kind of integrate it into whatever the next relic step is, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think they've certainly got their feedback for what works and what doesn't work, and if they can actually take it on board, they might be able to do a decent version next time, but I think they need to alternate steps, so maybe have like a Eureka step, and then have something that's not Eureka. Like,
don't add a light grind again. That's
like
stupid.
light grind or something.
No, you know what they should never add? The rolling shit.
Yeah.
Yes, they should remove any sort of...
Enough of that. That didn't work. Moving on.
That's just a time sink.
Yeah. I mean, that is the core of Eureka, to be fair, but that kind of time sink where you actually waste it, like the game tells you, oh, here's some shit stats, you wasted that time, that I don't like. Make the time invested be worth it. Don't make us like, oh yeah, I've spent like 8 hours farming light, time to get like +1 piety and +1 direct crit rate or hit rate. Thank you, Square Enix. Thank you, Yoshi P.
They should make it where once you roll, you can't re-roll. You have to destroy the weapon and start again from the very beginning.
Yeah.
And as Georgi said in the chat too, is that like, at least with other steps, like, you know, with collecting the crystals or whatever, it's like, you know when you're done, right? You know how long this is going to take, sort of, for the most part. With the random stats bit, it's like, I don't know how long I'm going to be here. I guess I'll just get angry enough and stop.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hope at least
Heavensward had it okay for the stats, because you just put them in.
Yeah.
On that one with the crystal sand or whatever, you just put them where you wanted them.
Yeah. That would be nice here. That would make things pretty perfect, actually, because now they've sort of solved the overworld stuff. Like, it's easy to level, it's easy to get the logos actions. All of that, and the relic is relatively, I would assume, easy to get, but there's still that fucking rolling shit that you need to do. Yeah, I don't know. I think this is good. I think the next iteration of Eureka, whatever it's going to be called, the next system is going to be close to a perfect version of what they wanted to do with Eureka, hopefully.
Yeah. Do you think, even though they've added in being able to buy the feathers and stuff with crystals, do you think people are going to be able to go back and do this?
That's going to have to be nerfed a lot for that to happen.
Yeah, I mean, they've already pre-nerfed a lot, like, as we're going now. I'm assuming with 5.0 they're just going to
make it very soloable or something.
Yeah, and maybe they'll, who knows, like, the trust system, if they might expand it into Eureka at some point, maybe. I don't know. Depends on how far they're going with the trust system. That might help. Right, let's talk about Rival Wings. That's probably not going to be a long discussion. Hidden Gorge, which is the only Rival Wings you can currently play. How Rollo and I played a little bit. We played one round the other day, and that's it.
I tried to play another round. I dipped my toes a little bit more.
Cool. I've played a round.
But how do you guys feel about it? You guys tell me. How does Hidden Gorge feel to you guys?
In my humble onion, still too many people. 24 versus 24. It's still too, like, coordination is harder. I mean, that might just be for Western players, because I've heard people coordinating in Japan is a lot easier for PvP. But for us, I don't think it always feels like a Zerg rush to me, right?
Yeah.
It never feels like the kill I get matters. But I do like the map more. Like it more than Astrologos. It's a little bit more compressed, I think.
Yeah.
Or it might just there might be more interesting stuff along the way or something.
Right.
I like the little King of the Hill point in the middle. It's like how it was Astrologos, but there's like 2 little zones, I guess.
Yeah.
Better. The Ceruleum, is that the fuel, whatever?
Yeah.
That placement's a bit better now. You don't have to go underneath the King of the Hill point to get it.
Right.
Now it's like spread on both sides, and also I think the map is finally even on both sides. Because before one side could get to the is it not even?
I'm pretty sure the team I was on had a massive disadvantage when the enemy could stack. Is it the Oppressor? That's the sort of siege one for towers.
Yeah.
Or is it the Brute Justice? There was a little like cliff bit they could stand on, which we had it was very difficult to go all the way around the cliff to get to it. And they could just sit there nuking our bottom tower down.
Okay.
Whereas I don't think we had a little thing on their side that we could do that on.
Yeah. I'll be honest. When we did it, I had no fucking idea what was going on. There was so many HUD elements now. There's like a thing in the middle of the screen. There's also like a little box. And I spent like half the round trying to figure out what that box was telling me. It was like, oh, this is now allied with falcons. I'm like, what does that mean?
It's that little man. The jungle man. The goblin dude.
Oh, yeah. No, it's just telling you what's happening in that area you're currently in. So I was at a train station, and it was telling me that this was now allied with your faction, right? Isn't that what the box is saying? And then if I have no idea what that box still.
I thought the box was for the goblin guy who he's joined and when he's active.
Oh, is that what it is?
I think so.
I have no idea. I just ran around like a fucking headless chicken. And
there are too many people.
I at no point did I look at the thing in the middle of the screen. I think that's for the train. I just no idea what that did. I just ran and I just followed the creeps. That's all I did. I just followed the creeps and I'm like, surely I'll get to where I'm supposed to go. There's too many people running around. No tutorial, nothing explaining anything of what's happening. You're just thrown in there, do it. And I did what I could with what I had in my pea brain. Is it better than Astragalus?
I sort of agree with Rollo in that it's a nicer map and it's just slightly better balanced. But I still think it's not balanced. But I think it's better than Astragalus.
Yeah.
I like the creeps you can get.
Yeah.
Goblin Man. I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
They're slowly leaning more into the MOBA stuff.
Yeah.
They should lean more into it by reducing the amount of players, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because I want to kill the matter.
5 aside.
Why are they so obsessed with having as many players as possible in these
It's the
kinds
worst
of things?
system.
Yeah, it's...
Then your faction picks, like, Cruise Chaser and then just AFKs in base. And you're like, what are you doing? Why are you AFKing in base with Cruise Chaser? Or they just rush in.
I want to be able to see who on my team is, like, messing up. And I want to be able to see on their team who is vulnerable. Like,
yeah.
A lot easier. Like, I want the readability to be easier. Because right now, like...
Just look for male catboy, male Makote. They're probably the most vulnerable.
How dare you?
You think they'll have, like, a Rival Wings tournament? Or something?
Oh, that would be cool.
Like...
Yeah, that would be cool.
So the French...
I would much rather watch Rival Wings tournaments than Feast tournaments.
Yeah.
I will say that.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Okay, let's move on. We have to move on. The French are at it again, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, French.
Can't get a break, the French, huh?
We have just left Paris when someone in the French team managed to make a mistake. The one mistake they were not meant to make in this crucial time. In the French client, someone fucked up a line of code in Rowena's text box.
Mm-hmm.
So in French, they have like language rules for genders, and that is built into 14's whatever that's called, the text engine or whatever.
Yeah.
She this mistake revealed the code in her text box. And it mentions all the races and how she's supposed to like address them. And it lists Mikote, Hyur, Ellison, Lalafell, Aura, Viera, and a new race called Hrothgar.
Why?
Whoops!
Oops.
Whoopsie daisy!
That is a big whoopsie doopsie.
France did an oopsie. I forgot Rogaden. Sorry, I always forget Rogaden.
That's okay. No, okay.
Hrothgar. So now we need to sit back and we need to like relax. First of all, I'm sure Yoshi P is fucking screaming. Like he screamed when he saw
fired
this.
that friend. He's probably even done worse. He's probably like imprisoned them.
Yeah. He must be, dude. He must have been fucking he must have exploded. That was the one secret that he had. He didn't even wear a t-shirt.
It was the only thing they could have given us that would have been amazing.
Yeah. And well, we'll see. We'll get deeper into this, but it's like
Lukeel's fault, by the way.
Yeah.
Entirely blame Lukeel for this entire.
Yeah. Okay.
Thing.
He's wearing a Sammy
we'll
shirt.
get to this. I'm not wearing a Sammy shirt. Okay. So, let's collect our thoughts. So the first time we were talking about two races was back in the Blue Fever days. I'm sorry to keep bringing that up, but I have to.
Gosh,
this is relevant. He did say we're going to get two races.
He did?
He did. And he said it was going to be Viera and Ronso.
Yes.
And he had a picture of a lion and a bunny in his profile picture. That's all we had to go on, really. There was a second alleged leaker who we cannot confirm has any real information, but other than the Vermilion Cloak thing that he got right. That said that...
He didn't say Ronzo, apparently. I think he was just two races he mentioned.
He didn't... Oh, he only said two races. He never actually said... Oh, I think we just sort of... Yeah, the community.
Yeah, I think that was like a community
concluded.
thing.
Yeah, sorry.
That's fine.
But there was a picture... Yeah, because we talked about it could be like one of those obscure 12 races that looked horrible.
Oh, yeah.
The Ellison meets whatever the fuck that was paired with. The leaks aside, we then fast forward to the reveal of Viera. Female Viera. Where are the males?
Yeah.
And then we start to mumble about how about if we don't get male Viera? What if we get a new race that's gender locked?
Luke Keel said that.
Well,
he said that to me in private, by the way. Yeah. Before a stream, basically.
Yeah.
He's
I
like,
did.
What? Hey, what if we don't get a male? It's like, shut the fuck up! Don't curse us.
And then
he's washing his hands of it. Look at him.
I'm so scared. the second leaker then says that there's going to be a second race and it's going to be male, and everyone who thinks we're getting male Viera are basically idiots.
That's amongst
I don't know why he's so angry. He's so angry. Then so that's what we have. So then we see Hrothgar, and then there's a very important line that has been patched in to the Gladiators quest. And it talks about the Hrothgar's majestic mane. This is new. This has recently been patched into the game. It wasn't in the files near the end of December, according to a Reddit user. So we are getting something. So, and also the second leaker said we're getting Bara cats, and that is probably what's happening. We're getting a lion race. Sorry, as I say class, I mean race. A lion race.
But they do have a male and female.
That is the second point here. The French client, again, I talked about the gender rules. It has the gender rules in place for both male and female Hrothgar and Viera. I don't know if that is just to simplify, that's just part of the, like, generalized, they just have it in place just because. I mean, there's a spark of hope, I guess. It still doesn't make sense that they have not addressed male Viera at all. What a weird reveal on Japanese Fanfest. Like, oh, here's Hrothgar. Also, as a side note, male Viera.
No, they do the Viera female trailer all over, and then at the end they add the male in, and then they go, but wait. And then they reveal the Hrothgar.
No, it's gonna be so weird. But then there's the art panel, which a lot of people are still clinging on to. Arbey, I can't. Ayumi, something. I'm sorry. I love you. Namae. She said that there was a Viera, a type of Viera that looked like a young Ellison.
And then Yoshi
shut her up and put her in a cage and chained her up at the top of a tower, and there she rests to this day.
Giving off a blue glow.
Yeah. We're definitely getting a new race. I'm almost 100,000 million% that Hrothgar is the new race.
Okay.
Because at this point, right, it's too obvious. Because Blue Fever had this in his profile picture 6 months ago. A lion. And now they patched in text that says that Hrothgar has a majestic mane. How can you not? You're blind to the truth.
No, they're not even going to put Viera in anymore. They're going to go, now revealing we're taking Viera out because you've spoilt it, Frenchman.
He might be. He's. Oh God. Yoshi does not like this.
Why would he? I would be furious.
Yeah.
I mean, what else has he got to reveal? The new job, and then that's it.
Let's talk about the name. Hrothgar. Hrothgar is clearly Norse, right? That is like such a Norse name.
Oh yeah, I always think of that one Skyrim spot.
Yeah, right.
That's what I was like.
Hi, Hrothgar.
Yeah, what does that even mean? Where do they come from? Like, are they
the Nordic one? Tell us.
Well, it's not know where they come from. Kiel.
Oh yeah, we have a lot of lions up here.
Elsebard.
I don't know. Do you guys?
Well, we have one in our coat of arms, which is weird.
Wasn't Hrothgar a man?
Yeah, why do we have that? We don't have lions. You don't have unicorn. Well, no one has unicorns. What do you have unicorns in your coat of arms?
He's a king in a Beowulf story.
Yeah. But they're probably from northern Elsebard or something.
Yeah, probably, yeah. Somewhere where it's cold.
And it gets a bit Nordic up there or something.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, maybe like in a Viking-style village.
I think the tribal people who lived there before are probably quite Viking-y. That's how I imagine them.
That would be nice. It could be New World.
New World Vikings.
What if the New World is Vikings? Like
Vikings and Native Americans.
Yeah.
Wow, they finally get to meet. Once more.
Yeah.
Collaboration project no one asked for.
Let's see. There's a link here for Hrothgar. I read this earlier.
Queen Wales
appears in the Anglo-Saxon epics Beowulf and Winsith, in Norse sagas and poems, and in medieval Danish chronicles. So, in both Anglo-Saxon and Scandinavian tradition, Hrothgar is a skilding, the son of Halfdan, the brother of Helga, and the uncle of Ruffer.
You're meant to be Norse.
I don't know any. I'm not Norse. What are you on about? I'm Norwegian.
Like...
the Norse died like a thousand years ago.
You know all these names.
You have the NOR in your country name. Come on.
Yeah, I know Halfdan, but it's just the name. Like Halfdan who?
Halfdan
Skilding. Oh,
his name is Rolfo, which is like Rollo.
Rolfo. What is that? How you pronounce it?
Rolfo Kraki. I don't know.
Rolf.
I'm just hovering over and it gives like a more Norwegian writing, like the Skildung.
This is very not what we're supposed to do.
Rolf.
Oh yeah, it's Rodulf, Rolfo, Rolo, Rolf Krag.
Rolf
Why does he get a last name in the early 6th century? Rolf Krag, yeah. That's when he developed a last name. Anyways, this is not what we're talking about. Anyway, wait, what is it?
It could be important.
It could be important.
I don't know. Any Norse historians happen to know how this could be related to a race of lion men?
In both traditions, the mentioned characters were the contemporaries of Swedish King Edgils. Lots of kings and shit. The consensus views that Anglo-Saxon and Scandinavian traditions describe the same person. Hrothgar also rendered Hrothgar is an Old English form, attested in Beowulf and Wilsith. The earliest sources to mention the character in non-English sources, the name appears in more or less corresponding Old Icelandic, Old Danish, and Latinized versions. He appears as... Oh, stop it. Something. Okay, but what does he do? He's just a man.
He was in Beowulf.
He was in Beowulf.
That terrible movie that spawned it all.
Oh, wait, Scandinavian sources, Julie? Which is most likely what they're going for. In the Scandinavian sources, consisting of Norse sagas, Icelandic poems, and Danish chronicles, Hrothgar also appears as a Danish king of the Skilding dynasty. He remains... Skilding. Where is this... What is this word?
I didn't even know where you are.
It's Old English. Skilding. Skildung. Whatever, dude. We're a fucking... What are we doing?
This is way off.
The Scandinavians... They're Scandinavian.
I mean, we've capsized.
We've capsized. I got lost in Wikipedia as usual.
It's somehow sexy lion men. How do you feel about getting another cat race, by the way?
It's weird. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
Well, lion is a feline.
That's a cat. That's a big cat.
Yeah, but it's a hot cat.
It's a hot cat. It's
rather than the little sissy cats we get at the moment. It's going to be like a butch.
It's going to be like an actual, like, hairy... Do you think we're going to get a hairy cat?
Oh, yeah. Isn't it weird how they're having things from, like, Scandinavian Eddas and, like, Beowulf and stuff, and they're also having things from Shakespeare? Yeah. There's a lot of literary references in this expansion.
I mean, yeah. We haven't had a lot of, like, Nordic or stuff in this game, aside from like some armor.
Odin
was
Limsa's lore, like the Rogadan names, I believe specifically are based on like northern Scandinavian language, which is why they're so fucking awful.
All right.
Yeah,
Rasvilgar too. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, there's a few.
There are. Yeah.
The dragons are a bit Nordic.
Odin. Obviously, the King of Norse, as he's known.
King of Norse.
Yeah.
Norse.
Looks nothing like he does in other representations.
Yeah.
It's really strange.
It's pretty accurate. Oh, no, it isn't. No, it isn't. It's meant to have like 17 legs.
But ladies.
Yes. I mean...
What do you think? Are we getting male Viera and female Hrothgar as well?
I think so.
You think so?
I could see that happening.
I could see it happening too. Because they're trying to build up this idea that we're not getting as much as we want, and then they give us what we want, and we'll be happy. they did it with Stormblood, where we thought, oh, just Alamigo, and then boom, Hrothgar. And we were like, I didn't expect this. Now they're doing it again.
Yeah.
We might be male Viera idiots, but I do think Hrothgar, that's for sure, obviously, at this point.
Yeah.
I still think it can happen for both. I still think it can happen.
I don't know if we're gonna get it in 5.0. It's the deal with me. I've
later.
They might give us gender locked races in 5.0, and then we'll get the other part in 6.0, and that'll be their way of copping out. So they'll be like, haha, technically getting new races again next expansion, but it's only the next, like, the other gender. I don't know. It is weird because the way they're doing this is, it's gonna be too heavy on one side. They're gonna be like, oh yeah, here's the Viera, only female. And then in Tokyo, they're like, oh yeah, here's Hrothgar, male and female. And then, oh yeah, also male Viera. Like, it's why not show us both genders? Or at least acknowledge. Yeah, well, that was our running theory at the time. And I still kind of could support that still, even though we're getting... With what we have now, it seems maybe less likely, but I don't know.
I mean, never really made a big show of not having a male Viera. They just happened to just show the females only.
They've been a little coy about it.
They were coy. They were when asked.
But only in interviews.
Yeah, when asked, he wouldn't even put the word in his mouth. He wouldn't even mention Viera at the response of the question. He'd be just like, "Yeah, oh yeah, there is a fan fest
on
in
his
Tokyo."
pager had just read, Francois has just accidentally coded the game wrong and he's leaked all of the new races. And he was like, oh god, damn it, Francois.
You think it's just going to be called Hrothgar, by the way? Do you think that's just like a French version of that?
That's the next question. Usually the only race I think that they've changed, like for Ellison, they have a different letter, I think, for the
they have the accent marks or whatever.
Yeah. It's Lelizin and Lelizem.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Cute. I like that.
Yeah, like Aura is Aura is the
Aura. Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that. Huh.
Yeah.
So we don't know, but Mikote's the same, and Hure is more or less the same.
Rogadin is
Rogadine.
Is that how it's normally spelled? No.
Rogadin is in. We don't have the E at the end.
Without the E.
Yeah.
No, Siamese in French.
Yeah.
I think. I don't speak it.
It's. I don't know.
I mean, it's.
I don't want to give
the text from Rowena. They're all female form.
Yeah, because the player is female.
Which means female Hrothgar's.
Yeah, exactly. Hrothgar is showing up there. So, and I think there was a second screenshot of a male doing the same thing, and difficult. It has the same text.
Remember when they said Viera was going to be the final race?
Well,
that will be added.
Yeah.
Tricky, Robin.
What a bunch of. I don't like being lied to, frankly. I don't appreciate
myself.
Well, we'll see. We'll have to wait to see. I mean, the FanFest is getting closer.
2 weeks away now,
2 weeks away. Yeah, it's March.
Let me like March 23rd.
Or 3 weeks.
Oh, 3 weeks. Yeah, March 23rd. Yeah.
That's 4 weeks.
That is 4 weeks. Well, a month then.
5 weeks.
Okay.
Don't
getting further away.
Anyway,
I thought it was like the 8th. Never mind.
Oh, okay.
I wish it was the 8th.
Just don't get don't go into FanFest with no expectations. Basically,
keep a fresh mind.
Yeah. Expect nothing.
Don't expect there to be male and female Hrothgar and also male Viera. I don't think that's going to happen.
Expect technical difficulties.
They will deliver even less. Somehow.
Yeah. They will.
I expect to deliver less.
I just don't want to be the source of disappointment. Like, we're getting people all riled up. Like, oh, we're going to get like fucking male Viera and Hrothgar, both genders.
Well, you jinxed it, so this is your foe. So
this
is 5 new jobs.
This is my burden to bear, and I am bearing it, of course.
I'm nailing you on the cross, you fucking degenerate.
Yeah. but we'll see. We also don't know the new job. Maybe Hrothgar is tied to the new job. Maybe they're like sexy cat
men dancers.
Dancing. Yeah.
Oh, no, that's
Woo! Getting hot in here. Okay, let's talk about the new terms of service. That's the end of that. I personally hope that we're getting male Viera and both genders for Hrothgar, but I wouldn't count on it. Okay, I'm not gonna. Enough cursing. New terms of service. We don't have time to go through all of this, but there's some controversy with the new terms of service. They updated and added stuff to their list of prohibited activities and new account penalty policies. And some people are up in arms about it. For no real reason. Well, we'll discuss it. So
brought in someone who's very affected by it. It's Rollo Desk.
Yes. Reasons for the changes. Until now, we have operated under the philosophy that this is an MMORPG and frequent in-game intervention by Square Enix would inhibit player experience. Under this philosophy in mind, GMs have intervened only in cases of racial or sexual discrimination or other severe cases. GMs would not actively take action against other types of behavior that were deemed to be annoying but not crossing the line from an objective eye. Instead, encouraging the involved players to resolve the situation through communication, adding the players to the blacklist or other peaceful methods. So this is how the world has worked until now in 14. However, times have changed, and although Final Fantasy is an MMORPG, it is now our belief that it is better for the community as a whole for us to intervene in situations where a player is subjected to the abusive behavior of another player, rather than worrying about inhibiting communication between players. As this change in course requires changes to our fundamental policies, and such change would be difficult to reverse, we spent considerable time carefully reviewing its potential impact. Ultimately, we came to the conclusion that it is better for the community as a whole for us to clamp down on abusive behavior and have decided to move forward with this major change. Needless to say, everyone will have their own view on a situation, so a GM will continue to provide an objective eye. With a more proactive approach to in-game conflicts, we will strive to protect players who are considerate towards others and provide a high-quality service in which players can play in a more comfortable and safe environment. Note that the penalties have been adjusted so that appropriate action can be taken against offensive players depending on the severity of their offense. To keep our players safe, we will continue to keep track of trends both in online games and in the real world, as well as remaining vigilant of the social norms of our time. So, this is Hydatos. I don't know when... I don't know... Just the text in the beginning here. I think a lot of people who are now panicking read that first statement and got their conclusions out of that. Because it is kind of... It does suggest some stuff in there. But here are the new prohibited behaviors in Final Fantasy XIV. I'm not going to go through all of it. Some of this is old, but some of it has also been expanded, like some of the old stuff. So harassment means speech and or behavior that inflicts deep emotional distress on another person. It is an extremely serious violation. Where Square Enix determines that harassment has occurred, a penalty equal to or higher than temporary service account suspension may be imposed. Below is a non-exhaustive list of behavior that could constitute harassment in Final Fantasy XIV, so listen up. Discriminatory expressions based on race, nationality, thinking, gender, sexual orientation, gender identity. Discriminatory expressions about a state, religion, occupation, organization, etc. Obscene, indecent expressions. Actions that inflict emotional distress using content related to historical events or crimes. Okay.
Well, that one's kind of obvious.
I don't... Oh, okay, yes. Yeah. I got it. Yeah. Stalking is new. This is new. Stalking I have not seen here before. Disclosing or indicating personal information such as contact detail, or has it been there before? No, I think stalking is new. Disclose, because it's just stalking. It doesn't even explain. It's like everyone knows. Stalking. Disclosing or indicating personal information such as contact details with the aim of doxing. No, it's not. Yeah. Such as detail with the aim of meeting up. Oh yeah, in the real world. So doxing, basically. Yeah. Disclosing or indicating another person's real world. This is doxing. Real-world personal information without permission.
First one's if you arrange a date.
Right, okay, I see.
I'm gonna meet you at the 7-Eleven.
Right.
Bam.
Watch out.
Yeah. Other actions that are generally regarded as actions that inflict deep emotional distress on another person. So I get these, most of these.
Sorry, Georgie.
Yeah, it's time to apologize to a lot of people now. These are prohibited in all places where expressions can be made, including chat, including quick chat and emote, markers, comments, and names. With regards to character names, if a phrase equating to harassment is formed within the full name, this is also regarded as harassment. In the case of a group action, all of the members involved will be subject to penalties.
Some of these are not like markers. What's that? Putting the ignore marker on someone?
Maybe, yeah.
And then you get a temporary suspension of your account.
Well, there are grades. We'll go through those quickly. You probably won't get like the hardest punishment.
No, it says a penalty equal to or higher.
Oh yeah, it does say that. Temporary.
That is the minimum that you can get for harassment.
Yeah. A nuisance behavior means, so that's the next one, means speech or behavior that hurts others or obstructs gameplay, but which is not classified as harassment. Even if it was not the intention, a penalty may be imposed if the end result was that another person was hurt or obstructed. This is, I think, what a lot of people are scared about, because you can be penalized even if it was not to the intention. This is like you did it by mistake. Or maybe you were unaware that you were annoying someone or whatever.
Yeah. Intent's basically what constitutes to it.
Here's a list. Below is a non-exhaustive list of examples of nuisance behavior. Offensive expression. Offensive expression means an expression in general that inflicts emotional distress by being offensive to another person. Offensive expressions may include aggressive expressions such as violent language, slander, insults, or threats. Expressions that provoke or belittle another person, such as excessive criticism, negation, ridicule. Expressions that significantly lack consideration for another person. Expressions that unilaterally reject another person's opinion. That one, by the way, I think is what I've seen a lot of people mention. I think they talk more about it further down. Expressions that any relatable person would find offensive. Any reasonable person would find offensive. Expressions that compel a playing style. Expressions that attempt to unilaterally exclude someone from the game or content/community, etc., except when in accordance with the rules set by an administrator, such as a free company master.
Yes, so we can just say none of the terms and service apply to
They do not apply here. Expressions that contravene public order and morals, and other expressions that are offensive to another person. That last one, oh boy, is that a vague one, but it's...
That's a very Japanese one,
yeah.
But I would say that's still pretty, like, obvious what it is.
I think the last one's going to be a sort of free ticket to bad players.
Yes. A lot of people are also saying that it's going to be difficult to be mentoring, perhaps, because telling people how to play is, like, literally, like, if you're criticizing how someone's playing, they might be... Because a lot of people get angry if you tell them that they're doing something wrong. And a lot of people are afraid that this might give them, like, more ammunition to be like, you don't pay my sub, reported.
Yeah.
It's one... Well, I mean, obviously all these can be taken to ludicrous extremes. Like, people... If you're gonna, like, you know, get mad about it, you can be like, oh, if someone looks at me funny, they can ban me. Like, okay. But, like, telling someone how to play is... That's you can help someone out. That's fine. I think they even talked about it on... There was a Reddit post where someone contacted a GM saying, well, how much can I actually tell people or help people out? And then it's like, don't be rude about it. And if they're rude about it, then, like, you can only do so much, you know?
Yeah.
You can only do so much to help people. And if it's not working out, then, like, you can just drop it. You're never going to see that guy again.
I agree with you. But I think the way they've done this and how sort of extreme it seems, how formal and serious it is, might just discourage people from even bothering.
Yeah,
and it might impact sort of communication in game.
Just don't talk
for quite
to
a long time.
It'll limit the chances of you getting reported. I mean, my general advice is be nice, and usually nothing's gonna happen. But I don't give advice anyways, because last time I gave advice, someone fucking exploded, and I'm like, no, that's it, I'm done. But the thing is, if I had done this now after this change, I would have been worried for a few days afterwards. I'm like, what if that dude like reported me? I'm just waiting for a GM mail now.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, it is true. You can't deny it that the text is so vague that he can be like, yeah, you, that's against the terms of service. Reported. And then a GM must be like, oh, fuck, another report. Like,
well, yeah, I don't even read it anymore.
Yeah, I guess I'll give him a 2-day suspension.
I mean, I think I give the GM some credit. Like, because in my experiences with them, and like the few times I've had to deal with them, and for the most part, other people have dealt with them, has been like 90%, 95% positive. I think they look at context for things.
It all boils down to the GM, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah. I'm thinking more about the GMs now because they're going to get more reports.
Yeah.
Wasn't that already a problem that they were like they couldn't really stay on top of all the reports that they got, which is why they automated the RMT report? Yeah, that's why.
I think for RMT that's what kind of made it.
Yeah, we'll see now. You've got enough to do now, GMs, because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of new reports. I don't care about this; not affecting me at all.
Yeah, I don't know. It's very easy to be nice to people and to not. You don't have to be nice to anybody. Actually, you have to be respectful.
Yeah,
if you can conduct the way you act in like public in like real life, and isn't like not being a dick, I think you'll be perfectly fine.
Yes.
There might be some guy that comes out and said, I just got banned for the most bullshit thing ever. And then you see the chat log, and then he's like, oh, okay, I see what happened here.
Yeah.
But it's free to be a decent human being. It doesn't cost you anything.
The only thing that I find weird is the one that says expressions that unilaterally reject another person's opinion. That's what everyone blew up. You can't have a discussion with anyone anymore in 14 because if you don't share the other person's opinion, you can get reported.
I don't think it's that.
Which is not exactly what this means. It means, I mean, you would have to be like rude about it. Like you I don't know. It's still weird. It's kind of like kindergarten-ish rules.
Yeah.
Well, these things have to be kind of open-ended in the first place.
Most of us, anyway.
Because it's like, they can't list every single thing you can do wrong.
Yeah.
They're not going to do that.
Yeah.
And it's easier to make like, here's a general thing, just don't do this. Like, if you're in an X-raid or something, and someone suggests a strategy, and you're just like, no, shut the fuck up, get out of here. That's rejecting someone's opinion. Don't do stuff like that, is what I'm thinking of, you know?
I don't think this is going to be a problem. I'm just trying to cause some discussion here. Just be fucking nice and don't be assholes.
It is free.
Yeah.
It costs you nothing. To be nice.
Costs you nothing to be horrible as well, though, Rollo.
That's true. Both of them.
It may cost you your account now.
True. Right. So with that, we're not going to go through the rest here. We have run out of time. But they also, I'm just going to quickly just read the headlines here. Obstruction of play, which is spamming, obstructing transit progress, improper expulsion voting, intentionally leaving or disconnecting, which, yes, finally I think that's maybe always been there. I don't know. I've never thought about that being a reportable offense.
I think you could report it, but...
How can you prove it's intentional?
Yeah, and it's like...
That's going to be a process.
I'm leaving right now.
Yeah. Other obstruction of play, monster player kill, MPK. Is in here, which is interesting.
Oh, that's cute.
That's Eureka, right?
Maybe I'll make a system where you can do that in the first place.
Which is the act of sending a monster towards another person so that they are knocked out or obstructing another person's gameplay. Fraud, impersonation. The rest is just
obviously,
the normal RMT.
Fraud is against the terms.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah. Be nice to each other, and you will never have to deal with any of this.
Just
anyways.
be cool.
Yeah.
You'll probably
sometimes sorry will help you out too.
Hey,
say sorry.
Yes, you can.
And thank people for being nice to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And send me money.
On that note, thank you guys for watching Speakers of Idle, and remember to follow us on Twitter at SpeakersXIV, twitch.tv/SpeakersOfIdle, and YouTube.com/SpeakersXIV, Discord and chat if you're watching live to join our Discord channel. And remember to send us Mog Mail, SpeakersXIV.com/MogMail. We'll read some next week because there'll be a calmer week. Remember to stay tuned for the post-show. We'll premiere the second part of Chronicles of a Realm, Treasures of the Main. So don't want to miss that.
Yes.
Bye.
Adios.